What's going on, everybody? What is going on? What is going on? So many people going live. Y'all, what the hell is going on for real? Oh my God. For those who watching, welcome. Good evening. I know it's a little late. We're not going to be long. This is going to go over a couple of the court cases I found on Super Stupid and Siggy's evictions from last year with Janetta Hull. Hey, babe, Solo, how you doing? Good child. Y'all, it's something else. YouTube is getting busy. Just getting busy, weird, and it give me a headache. It's giving me a headache. Hey, Buck, baby, how you doing? Hey, Renee, how you doing? You good? Are you good, babe? Solo, good. I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you guys are doing well. Listen, y'all, come on in. We're gonna get some little laughter in and get a little comedic relief. Then we're gonna go over these couple cases I was able to find regarding Siggy and Super Super's prior evictions, the court filings. So I'm good. I'm doing a quick live before bed because mama's got to work tomorrow. Y'all, my live streams, I don't mean for these to be late. It's just I'm working and stuff, and man, if y'all only knew, working and being a mama. Yeah, y'all know how it is. Being a mama. Oh man, what's going on? Hey, Rogers Anderson, how you doing? New names coming in. Come on in the room. Glad to hear. That's right. Child, yes, listen. There are a lot of live streams and videos coming out, y'all, and I'm dizzy trying to. I don't even want to try to keep up. I'm just, however it comes, it is what it is, because it's getting messy. That's what it's getting. We want to laugh over here. We got to take a break from all the and everything going on. Let's laugh a little bit. We're gonna laugh at Shannon Sharpe. All right, you sleepy? I know you are. I don't want to keep y'all too long because I started late. But I have a question. Do you think the Jason House is going to get rid of Janice Johnson and the Delgado firm? Is Janice Johnson still there? I thought the Delgado legal group left. Are they over at the school district 148 or something like that? I'll say this: if she's still there, I don't personally care for any of the Delgado law firm. I don't. The reason being is because they've dropped the ball on so many cases where they should have been neutral and impartial. And I say that just kind of looking at what happened with the recall efforts and a couple of other lawsuits that, I feel like they should have been more neutral and impartial with. And then based on the meetings and their presentation, it seemed like they were more so trying to represent Super Stupid than anything else. And that's not what their job was. So they were supposed to represent the village of Dalton, not sit here and be the flunkies for the executive branch of that figurehead seat. They're not supposed to represent the person sitting in the mayor position. They represent the mayor position as well as the trustee, which represents that legislative branch. So they have to be impartial and neutral. And I just felt like too many times they were, showing way too much bias. And I just don't agree with it. So they need to go. So Janice Johnson, also one of the ones that was given access to that Fifth Third bank account, according to court filings, court document. The trustees had to file an injunction, a motion to have an injunction done when Super Stupid took over the bank account. And Janice Johnson was one of the ones listed as having administrative rights. She shouldn't have been listed at all. So they had to have signed something to be added to the bank account, which violated the local ordinance, which was illegal. Don't break laws. It's a crime. So whether it's a local law, state law, federal law, breaking laws is illegal. It's a crime. So when she signed that document, whatever it was, whatever the documents, the bank documents she had to sign to be added as an administrative, having administrative rights, yeah, she violated the law. It could be investigated and seen as bank fraud too. She didn't, by law, have the right to have access to that bank account. So Janice Johnson should be gone. But they still got Nasty Man sitting on, a committee. So whatever. It is what it is. All right, let's get some more comments in. But I hope that answers your question. She should have been fired a long time ago. Fired, gone. Not even getting benefits or pension or anything. Fired. Hey, Bear. I'm going to say Bear. Hey, the one and only Detective Lady Luck. Oh, that's so sweet. Stop by to say hi, but happy belated Mother's Day. Same to you, babe Solo. Same to you. I hope you enjoyed your Mother's Day. Hey, Michael Steven, watching from Cali. As always, Lady Luck Club giving them all the smoke. You got to listen. We got to do it. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm not going to bed. I feel like falling asleep. Listen, if you got to get you some rest, I understand. This video will always be here for the replay. Always be here. Rogers Anderson, yes, good. Yeah, I hope that answered the question. They got a lot from they all need to go. Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. I work to do all day. Stay blessed. You as well, dear. You as well. We never heard of her being subpoenaed. No, she's not listed on the FBI subpoena, but that's part of what they're retrieving with the bank documents. They're going to subpoena the bank. Whatever the trustees could not provide over, I'm sure they could probably provide over a lot more now that she's gone. But that's the point of getting those bank documents. Janice Johnson and Tangenique Miller would have had to sign something to be added to the bank account. So their signature is on a bank document. The FBI has already got that. All right. FBI already got it. Like that's what they, requested in the certified documents in the subpoenas from last year in April. So the bank documents was standard. They wanted all of that. And they know that she knows she shouldn't have been added to the bank account. She knows that. So yeah, but she needs to go. And yeah, all of Delgado law firm needs to go. All of them need to go. They just seem to be leeches, just sucking up, money from Black communities up there in Illinois and South suburban area, and barely doing anything. Just all those billable hours just wasted. So, hey, how you doing, Renee? When do Andrew Humbly? From my understanding, he has 2 years. He who will not be named. God, I hate saying his name. He has 2 years left in his term. Got to think with the trustees, they can't be fired, but they definitely do not have to be put on a committee. That's how I feel about that. That was what me fussing last week after that board meeting was about. Last week, Wednesday, was about with the board meeting. I was fussing. I was like, it was a boneheaded decision. I'm not changing my opinion on that. It was a boneheaded decision. I think the concept of giving the mayor, Jason House, and the trustees grace, that can be said by anyone. That can be said by all of anyone new in any position. I think that same thing was said about Super Stupid when she first became the mayor, was it not? Amen. Everybody said, give her grace, give her time, give her a chance. And 4 years later, she became the laughing stock of the planet. At some point, we have to think differently. We have to move differently. Doing the same thing over and over and over renders the same result. Is the definition of stupidity, is it not? Amen. So that's what, I kind of, that was what my rant was, me fussing was about. It was just, don't start off making these boneheaded decisions. It made no sense to put him on a committee, period. He can sit in that role, is just stewing his own juices. And he missed 5 or 6 meetings. So his presence is irrelevant. He's already proven that he doesn't have to be there to help move nothing along. Why put him on a committee? To me, it was just, having seen the actual court document I went over the lawsuit that the Officer Miles and Fania Dukes filed. That's still open and active in the court. I read the court doc. I read the lawsuit. He didn't even show up for the hearing. That's how much of a coward he is. He didn't even go to the actual one hearing that's been conducted so far. So I don't owe him anything. I don't owe him a chance to do nothing. He hasn't been cleared of anything either. Who said that? That's a lie from the pit of hell. He who will not be named has not been cleared from anything. The Las Vegas Police Department choosing, the prosecutor choosing not to bring charges forth to the court is not being cleared. That's not the same thing. Two different words, two different definitions, two different concepts. I read enough court documents to know that being cleared and the prosecutor choosing not to pursue charges are not the same thing. Two different concepts. And as far as the civil procedure, that's still open in the court. So what the hell has he been cleared of? Help me out. What has he been cleared of? Somebody tell me, what has he been cleared of? And by who? Cleared by who and what? When I hear airheadish things like that, it makes me laugh. I said, that's such an airheadish thing for somebody to say. He's been cleared. Cleared of what? And by who? Who cleared him of what? And the first two questions I asked. Who cleared him and what of? No one can answer those questions? Then he's not cleared of anything. What the hell he cleared? Who came up with that? That's y'all listen. Don't get me started on nasty man. Nasty man, nasty man. All right, Tanganyika is the second signature on the Tahoes. Yeah. That the board did not approve of. So I'm glad she's fired. Yeah, get rid of these folks. What's going on? Jedediah Clown, LLC, my favorite YouTuber. Oh. Jedediah Clown said, what's up, babe solo? Bare mouth bass, my name, big mouth, no teeth. Oh, Lord. Oh, my Lord. I'm sure you're still a beautiful bass. All right, let's get started, y'all. Guys, do not get on. You're going on a bunch of, oh, God. Yeah, listen, I'm doing my own live. How about that? Doing my own live right now. All right, let's get some laughter in. Y'all want some laughter? Let's get to it. I want to get this going. Yay! We're laughing at Shannon Sharpe. We can laugh at this clown. Yeah, this is from, of course, Night and Day Cartoon Network. Please give them a shout out. Go over there and support their channel. Check out their content. They're the ones that did the video that went, viral about Shannon Sharpe and this lawsuit he has from that young lady, 20-year-old young lady that filed the lawsuit against him. So, of course, that's still going. It hasn't, I don't think it's been settled yet. Maybe last time I checked, it has not been settled yet. So, hey, Enrique, what's going on? We're going to get some laughter in. Let's get some laughs in. All right.
Come on in, y'all. Welcome to Night and Day Cartoon Network. So y'all was scrolling on social media, right? And a video came across my feed of the rapper Lil Yachty even warning Club Shay about messing around with them young girls. To the point, he even offered his mother up to that man to date. Let's go ahead and get into this clip.
People like you, man, y'all get to a certain age and you still like them young.
Yeah.
You like the same age girls I like.
Okay, yeah, right.
When you get to a certain age,
I'm getting old, but my eyesight's still young.
Right? Okay, and with that, you got to uphold a certain way because you can't be old and sloppy.
You get one or the other.
Right?
Young and sloppy, or old and in shape.
What?
Exactly. So you're gonna get old and in shape. Women.
Yeah, he said you either get young and sloppy or older than shape. Are you serious? Yo, we're still clowning this fool. What the heck is he saying? Are you indigenous? I hope you travel to Illinois to attend the Thornton Township inauguration. I wish I could. I have to work. Plus I'm broke. Indigenous say, hey, what's up, babe? Solo. All right. Let's get back to it, y'all. You talking about old and in shape or young and sloppy? Oh my God!
No. Get together.
Exactly. So
that's what I'm looking for.
You looking for love?
That's what I'm looking for.
No,
yes.
Bro, I swear, when you tired of young women, bro, my mom is single.
Oh
I
no.
ain't tired of them. I'm on fire. I mean, yeah, I need some.
You get
Look,
tired of them. When you get to a point, you need a lady that's, same age as you, so y'all can experience gray hairs together and be old. My mama's around. You just think about it. You ain't gotta talk about it.
Got it.
She back
But
there.
here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Half my age plus 7.
Oh God. My age plus 7. Are you serious? This is why he in court. He don't know how to act. I wanted to check out one more video. Hold on. One more video I wanted to check out. Yeah, this is from Morbid Melon. And they are hilarious. Let me cut this music off. Boy, let me tell you something. I want half my age plus 7. Shannon Sharpe is a bonehead. He just all ate meat and nothing else. No brain. What is he thinking? This is why he in court. Y'all see why he in court now? Oh my God. Oh man. So this is from Morbid Melon. They have a lot of cartoons. They doing a whole series with P. Diddy that I'm gonna be checking out tomorrow. Because I started my live stream later than I wanted to, but this is only a few minutes long. Y'all make sure you guys check out Morbid Melon. They are absolutely hilarious. I have a few videos saved that I want to check out of them clowning P. Diddy, but yeah, we'll get to it. This is the new one they did, I think today. Yep, one day ago. Of Shannon Sharpe. So let's get to this one. We get a good laugh in.
It's all over, everybody. Monique tried to warn me about these damn snow bunnies, but I just couldn't help myself.
Look at his nose.
She got me, y'all. She done got me. Them sweet, sweet, sweet snow bunnies. They got me. I swear they did. I'm gonna lose everything now. Skip. Skip. Stephen A, how you just gonna leave me like that? You stood up for Jay-Z when it was his turn, but you just walk away from me. I swear I feel like I'm being set up. Cut these cameras off me. Skip. Stephen A always trying to one-up me. Oh my goodness.
Oh my Lord.
What is that?
Oh, this? This is just my choker. You want to give it a tug?
Just give it a sweet little tug? Oh, shit.
Hold on. We gotta save some of that for the bedroom.
Wait, what is that around your neck?
I already told you. It's my choker.
No, I'm talking about that one with the little red light on top.
Oh, this is just my new necklace. You brought this for me. You remember?
I bought you that chain?
Yes, silly. Of course you did. You're so pretty.
Yeah, she recording this. He got him drawn. All muscle and no brain. Oh my God. Is she wearing a camera? Oh Lord.
Forgetful. Now state your name for the camera.
State my name for the camera.
We're just doing some role playing, silly.
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Shannon Sharpe.
Oh my God.
Got it.
I just valued you that $50,000. I'll be back in a few weeks, okay? Finally, I got him. That'll serve him right. Over there getting more views than me. Got Molly over there looking at his muscles. I brought Molly in for me, not for that big black.
Wait a minute. That's supposed to be Steven. What's his name? Steven something? The sports. Yeah, I don't keep up with sports. What's his name? Stephen A. Miller? Is it Stephen A. Miller? Oh my God. Let me get comments in. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Sharks. Like I heard. Hey, Laura reacts. What's going on? Into YouTube Plus, no ads. Yeah, I know. That's a thing you pay for. We'll get there one day. You know what? It's trying to distort. That's a great human president. Thank you. Hey, Chair. How you doing? What's going on? Y'all, please hit that like button. Hit that like button. We getting a good laugh in. There's a whole lot of streams going on that's overly serious, and we just need a laugh. I can't take it. I had to get a brain break. Stephen Smith. There you go. Thank y'all, because I don't keep up with sports. All right, let's get back to it.
Country ass, Forrest Gump ass nigga. Oh yeah, and good job, White Devil. Anytime, I
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, we got him. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, you did good. You did real good. I got Tony Busby right here. He's with me. Yo, Tony, say what up. Great job, Stephen A. Yeah, you're going to give Tony back some credibility now. You know, he had to take a hit for me, you know what I mean? Get me away from all that Diddy stuff, but we good now, though. Now nobody will believe anything anybody ever says about me. I'm the perfect man now. You're going to have a long, luxurious career. Finally, I'm going to be number 1 again. Me, Stephen A. Smith.
Nobody even remembers his name.
Thank you.
Y'all, we gotta get it in. We had to laugh. Them big old lips on Jay-Z. Ew. That's a trip. Oh God. Okay, let's get to the main event. All right. Jesus Christ. Y'all, I've been trying to find the lawsuit for my understanding. Who, Lord? Siggy was sued for property damage. Yeah, I haven't been able to get my hands on that one. But I do have the one that was filed last year for the eviction and rent. Yeah, it's crazy. And then there's another lawsuit with Siggy from, I guess, the property, Glenwood Properties. The building that I guess he had his little clothing store or whatever. Yeah, they sued him as well for rent. So they just don't know how to pay rent nowhere they go. They don't know how to pay rent. Y'all, that video was hilarious. Wait till we go over the I think I'm gonna do a recorded video on their P. Diddy series. Oh Lord. The donkey lips in that hair. Oh man. Y'all better listen. Learn from Shannon Sharpe. Okay. Get somebody your age. I'm not even talking about like race or anything. Just get somebody your age. Get somebody that's got some sense. The lips and hair. Yeah, it was funny. Y'all please hit that like button. I appreciate you all for tuning in. For the 1 people watching, we had to start off with some laughs. Let's get to it with the main event. This is the lawsuit that was filed last year on December 2nd, 24. In case number 2024, M as in Michael 6009625. And this is, of course, Janetta Hole versus Siggy and Super Stupid and unknown occupants. So, and I know they have to put unknown occupants because those aren't the only 2 people there. Even though I know they're including any other occupant there being her daughter, which is why her father needs to come and get her, because this is crazy. You let me all know if you guys can see this. I'm gonna try to zoom in as much as I can. We're just gonna kind of skim over this and just kind of help give you guys some understanding on, you know, the lawsuit, that the new lawsuit for the property damage. Because if they don't pay rent, they definitely don't care about like not putting a hole in the wall. So if they destroyed her property, yeah, they got it coming because they already had an issue. They already had to go to court about the rent part, about paying the rent. So, you know, you had them go take you back to court because you couldn't take care of the property itself. Come on. So let me know if you guys can see. And we're all good to go. Let's go. So this is an amended verified complaint. I got this on Trellis Law for eviction and rent. And so plaintiff Janetta Hole, by and through her attorneys, Odison, Murphy, Frazier, McGrath, for her amended verified complaint for eviction and rent against defendants Siggy and Super Stupid, states as follows. Plaintiff has the right to possession of the following property, and it has the address here. I'm not going to say the name of the property, but subject property is what we'll refer to it as. Plaintiff had 1 contract and 2 lease agreements with the named defendants beginning on or about November 1 of 21. Defendants each resided on the subject property beginning in November 21. Upon informed belief, defendant Super Stupid resided on the subject property until October 2024. Defendant Siggy continues to reside on subject property, but she lived there as well. I mean, because where else did she live? That's the thing that was so crazy to me about this. Where else did she live? You know, and the address that was listed that Jedediah had to protest outside of was not her house. It was her aunt's house. It wasn't her house. It was just the home that the address she listed on some documents or whatever. And being an elected official, you know, that can be made available to the public. So don't list that address if you don't want nobody to find out. I mean, you decide to be a mayor. But defendants are currently unlawfully withholding possession from plaintiff and having the right to stay in the subject property because they failed to pay rent. Defendants at that time owed rent for the period of August 1, 24 through the date of filing of this amended verified complaint, which was December, y'all. So they had owed for eviction and rent in the amount of $9,800. Defendants owe $200 for August 24 and the monthly rent of $2,400 for September, October, and November. This was filed December. So by that point, they would have owed for December too. The last rent paid by defendants was $2,200 on August 5th, 24. Rent was increased to $2,400 by verbal agreement between the parties, which if you guys have ever seen any of my videos where I go over court documents, do not ever make a verbal agreement. Don't do it. It's just not even necessary. Write it down, get it signed, get it notarized, and get that solidified. Verbal agreements are garbage because the other party comes in and say, no, we didn't talk about that. And knowing those two, they probably they didn't even go to court, but it more likely would have ended up being their word against hers. Skip all that, get it in writing, and get it signed. All right. All right. So upon info and belief, defendants have changed the locks and such. God, like they own it. They changed the locks and such that plaintiff does not have access to the subject property in violation of Section 7 of the two leases. It is believed that defendants had also reprogrammed the electric garage door key code because plaintiff was recently not able to access a portion of the subject property through the garage. They kept this girl out of her own house. You know, the boldness of it all. So they changed the electric garage door key code and the locks. They popped the locks on the doors that they don't own. Defendants still illegally remain in possession of the subject property and are unlawful withholding full access and possession from plaintiff. Plaintiff demands possession of the subject property. Her damages set forth herein and court costs. Demands the following: past due rent, the amount of $9,800 owed through the date of filing of this amended verified complaint for eviction and rent. Future rent due through the date of judgment, meaning if it takes to February to get this resolved, then they need to still add on that monthly rent until we get to that date where this is resolved and judgment is issued. Late fees in the amount of at least $3,800, $50 per day for each day after the 5th day of the month. Good Lord. And that still didn't do it. They didn't leave. Just me knowing that would scare me. $50 per day for each day after the 5th of the month. Good grief. You're going to be paying almost as much in late fees as you're going to be paying in monthly rent. It's so stupid for them to do this. We all know that Siggy and Super Stupid can't do math or don't recognize and read numbers. So whatever. His math go over their head. Pursuant to Section 10 of the two leases, any unpaid utilities, including gas, light, and water, so they still had to pay the utilities on the place, of course. Oh my God. This is insane. This is insane. Rent, late fees, utilities, gas, light, water, Lord knows trash, probably get the grass cut, stuff like that. Attorney's fees, pursuant to Section 19 of the two leases. Two leases. Attached to this amended verified complaint for eviction and rent are following: the 5-day notice to quit dated September 6, 24. That was Exhibit A. the affidavit of service of the 5-day notice to quit. And that's Exhibit B that was served on September 6th. Illinois residential rental application signed by Super Stupid. Exhibit C, dated November 8, 2021, containing the names of Super Stupid and Kamal and signed by Kamal. So she's saying her name was never on a lease, which was a lie because we all know she lies. But her name was all over the lease. This is so crazy. So she can't say her name was never on a lease. It was. and they attached the exhibit. The exhibit isn't attached with this particular filing. I'm looking at this on Trellis Law. This isn't what I pulled directly from the court. It's just through a third party. All right. And that was dated November 8, 2021. And he signed it, Exhibit D. And then a lease dated January 1, 23, signed by Siggy, Exhibit E, and email from defendant's counsel confirming that Kamal Woods resides on the subject property as of November 11, 24, Exhibit F. Wherefore, plaintiff Janetta Hull respectfully requests that this court order the following relief: possession of the subject property and damages in the amount of $13,600 and any unpaid utilities and attorney's fees as set forth in this amended verified complaint for eviction and rent, and for such other and further relief that this court deems proper. Who child? And y'all see Otis and Murphy McGrath, they all represented her. Which, I mean, hopefully they did it for free, because I would have been all too happy. Like, I'll represent you for free. Come on, girl. Like, come on, this is ridiculous. This is the certificate here, like an affidavit that you have to attach to your petition. So under the penalties that's provided by law pursuant to section 1-109 of the Civil Code of Civil Procedure, the undersigned certifies that the statements set forth in the foregoing amended complaint for eviction and rent are true and correct, except as to matters therein stated to be on info and belief. And as to such matters, the undersigned certified as aforesaid that she verily, Jesus Christ, verily believes this saying to be true. So basically, she's saying that, the complaint itself, I'm verifying it to be true through this affidavit here. So normally how it would look, it will be the complaint and then a separate document with the affidavit. It should be a certificate of service where they were served, whether it be by a sheriff or e-served. I don't know how it is in Illinois if you can do e-serve. Certain proceedings you can in civil procedure. So this is an email. Ooh, an email, y'all. Oh yeah, that's an email. Let me scroll up. I don't want to put her number in there. That was her stuff. To Kamal Woods and Tiffany Henyard and all occupying. Okay, so this is one of the exhibits. Tenants, occupants, and subtenants in possession of the premises. The premises herein referred to in the official notice to quit is located at, and they got the subject property with the lease agreement concluding May 31, 23, and now effective as month-to-month terms between Kamal Woods and Tiffany Henyard and Janetta Hull. This notice to quit has been sent by the landlord to the tenants due to refusal for equal to inspection, non-renewal of lease, and non-payment of rent. In accordance with the laws in the state of Illinois, within 5 days after service on you of the notice to quit, you are hereby required to sign a new lease, of which the rent will increase to $2,400 per month. Allow landlord to complete an inspection. She tried to do an inspection. They had changed the locks and they had changed the key codes for the garage. This is how ridiculous they are. They still are. God. Oh my good Lord. So she wanted to complete an inspection of the property, and they are to pay back any rent via cash or certified check, including any late penalties or other fees accumulated of which you now hold possession, amounting in the sum of $300. If payment is not made, you will be required to quit and deliver up the possession of the premises at the end of the 5-day period. So what's the chances they did that? 0. They didn't leave. That's what's so crazy. They could have just left and given her back her house. Lord have mercy. Only full payment of the rent, landlord inspection, and signing of the new lease demanded in this notice will waive the landlord's right to terminate the lease under this notice, unless the landlord agrees in writing to continue the lease exchange for receiving partial payment. So basically, pay me all the money you owe me. I need to do an inspection, or you can get the hell on. I mean, unless she said otherwise, which I would have never even given them that much. Nope. Get out of my property. Get off my property. Now there's a new lawsuit for property damage, which is crazy. Am I understanding that right? Is it Janetta? I said Janetta. I heard genetic. Oh no. No, it's Janetta. It's Janetta. Well, let's see. Y'all please hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Already Eviction got from Regina One. Yeah. Waldrop. Clown, come on. Waldrop. I know Super Stupid is a devil, but I like that silly rap. I don't. I hate that damn song. I'm sick of it. I can't imagine all the EBT frauds they have done with residents' information. Can you imagine? Y'all, maybe that's why they wanted everybody's address to so-called shovel snow. Either for that, fraudulent behavior, or just to be intimidating and know where the hell you live. I never trusted that. Janetta herself said, I think the chair meant Janetta. Okay, I got you, Cher. Oh my God. He says she signed mayor on the. She did. There was a copy that was in the news where she signed mayor. And it's like, she put that as an occupation. Her job, mayor. But you put that on there for what? And you didn't want to sign a lease. But you put your job as mayor. So naturally, we all know Siggy is not the damn mayor. Why would you put your job description, your job title on a lease agreement where you don't intend on signing it? Why even have anything about you put on that lease agreement? It was so stupid. Y'all see why I keep calling her super stupid? Good grief. She didn't even think twice about that. I got you, Cher. Hey, Nita, how you doing? You think she would show up at Thornton Township meeting tomorrow? No. And do what? Yeah, other than get on our nerve. Give us a show. That's exactly what she's going to do. If she shows up at Thornton Township meeting tomorrow, it's going to be to get attention, to try to block everything, to hear herself talk, and to give us all a headache. That's it. Just for a show. That's it. I don't expect her to show up, but who I do expect and want to show up is Robert Hunt. I would like for him to bring his black ass to that meeting tomorrow and explain all these fictitious numbers that kept showing up in reports. That's who I want to see there. Robert Hunt. Where the hell he at? Janetta also stated she kept utilities in her own name because Super stated it was for safety reasons. No, it's not safety reasons. It's because she wanted to be devoid of responsibility. I mean, she's such a con artist. Super Stupid is a con artist, y'all. And I'm saying that is my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. She's a con artist. I recognize people like her. I see them coming a mile away. Want to put everything on everyone else. Never wants to take the responsibility or the blame for anything. So everything is in everybody else's name. She thinks that she can't even be charged with being a co-conspirator. Because, people around her aren't telling her what she needs to know. They tell her what she wants to hear. They allow this grown-ass woman to walk around like a petulant child and throw tantrums. So they're not telling her, you could be charged as a co-conspirator. Super Stupid, because you watch my videos. You could be charged as a co-conspirator just because you don't think that something's in your name or you didn't sign something does not mean you are devoid of responsibility. No one's telling you what you need to know. So I'm more than happy to do it. Kiss my ass, girl. All right. I need more likes. Thank you so much. Janetta's mama stated Kamal gave her like $8,000 for back utilities and rent before eviction. Oh Lord, was it all of the money that they was owing? Over $13,000 though? That's dumb and nice, but very gullible. You know what? I think that, and I said this last year when it first came up in the news, that she should have taken possession of her house. She had no reason to let them stay there after that. I mean, you got to file something to the courts. They don't even go to the court hearings. They did not go to one court hearing. Not one. And then they turn around at the last minute, at the late night hour. And then they try to pay off what they owe. Why? Why do they feel like they can't just go somewhere else? Go move in the car wash. And then what they did, they moved to the car wash. You know, I mean, they could have left. They could have just left. They would have still been responsible for what they did owe, but he could have left. So it was just a display of stupidity for no reason. It was weird. So yeah, Enrique, what happened to her giveaway? Who knows? I didn't even cover it. Did anybody go and get a food box? Michael, Tiffany did not sign as a mayor. She stated her current occupation was mayor. Yeah, I know. That's what I corrected. She listed her job as mayor, but she didn't sign it because I guess she thought she would not be responsible. But if you're living there, period. I know in Georgia, you move it even if you're not on a lease. If you live somewhere for more than 30 days, you know, if someone wants you out of the property, they have to go to court and have you evicted, even if you didn't sign. Georgia has weird rules like that. Like we have weird laws. If you stay here, somebody come and stay with me more than 30 days, they're a tenant, and I have to evict them out of my house because reasons. So even if she had her occupation on there, I don't know how Illinois statutes are, but if it's the same concept of what we have here in Georgia, and she's known to have lived there for at least 30 days consecutive, yeah, she would be technically considered a tenant. So still responsible for everything a regular tenant would be responsible for, and the homeowner would have had to evict her through the courts, just like Siggy, who did sign it, if that makes sense. Yeah, but I mean, there's no way they're together. This is a married man you choose to be with. He's staying there, and she doesn't go over there at all. I'm sure Janetta Hull, I hope, had a camera somewhere or ring cam or something to see this girl go in and out that house. So there's no way she did not go near that property simply because she didn't sign the lease. More than likely, she'd still live there too. I highly doubt she did. Yeah, it's kind of my opinion on it. I saw the lease. Yep. Hey, Candia, how you doing? Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Kind of artists have some sense. I ain't telling you. Yeah. Oh man, there's something else over there, y'all. Janetta is also taking the owner-occupied exemption on the property taxes for this address. This reduces her property taxes by $2,100. Okay, cool. Yeah, poor girl. She's been through some stuff. Yeah, they are squatters. That's exactly what they are. Loud reacts. Absolutely. I wondered if she was just renting the house for residency address for her daughter's school. Who knows? But I mean, more than likely, if they're in a relationship together, though, she at least spent 2 or 3 nights over there. It would be hard to believe that she did not even spend the night there. So, you occupying the residence like that for 30 days. I mean, you technically a year tenant. And her just putting her job occupation on there was still, why put it on there? That was my whole thing. Why put that on there? Squatters. Yep. And Cali. So it's like that in California too. Same law in Georgia. Hey Mal. Hi LLC. Hey y'all. They broke the contract when they changed the lock. So it should have been evicted. Yeah. I would have put them out. Did she have the ceremony? I know. Gotta say hello to my mother. Hey Ma, what are you doing? Why are you out? Yeah, you gotta go to night. Hello. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so that was pretty much the standard lingo you will see if you fail to pay your rent. I want to take possession of my property again. You are further notified that the landlord does hereby elect to declare the forfeiture of your lease agreement under which you hold possession to the above described premises, and if you fail to perform otherwise comply with institute legal proceedings to recover rent and possession of said premises, which would result in a judgment against you, including costs and necessary disbursements together with possible statutory damages as allowed by law for such unlawful possession of the premises. And there is more information here below. Looks like it's a notary. You guys have to, remember now, this is all electronic. So the actual seal itself would be on the original documents. And I'm not going to read that because I'm looking at like bank information and all kinds of stuff. This is the copy of the. So what we're seeing is the exhibit here. This is the lease application. So I'm just kind of scrolling down past that because I'm seeing personal information. But these are the exhibits attached. So they did have the exhibits. Yay. And this is, listen, y'all, this is public documents, okay? Court documents is public documents unless a court has sealed it or they've redacted certain information. Typically, when it is, available to the public, the attorneys should redact the information or request that the court redact certain information out, like their social security numbers and date of births on here that I was seeing and bank accounts and all this stuff. Like, I'm not going to read that, but it is on here and they should have redacted it. So, all right, that's all of that. Let's get to this other one here. This is the one with Siggy versus Glenwood Properties. So apparently he has some businesses, some shoes, a clothing company or something with Rock Island. I didn't even really dive deep into him like that. He ain't that important. Y'all let me know. He had a Rock Island Clothing Group, Rock Island Shoes, Kamora's Kids Boutique, Shalonda Terrell, and unknown occupants. That is what this lawsuit for back pay of rent was filed against. This was filed back in 2024 as well, October 18th, 2024, with the clerk of court for the Circuit Court of Cook County. All right, so let's go through this. Glenwood Properties LLC versus Siggy individually and doing business as, which is his business company, Rock Island Clothing, Shoes, Kamora's Kids Boutique, Shalonda Terrell, and unknown. Who's Shalonda Terrell? Hey, Laura. Hey, y'all. Hey, Kamala. Everybody. Hey, come in. Who's Shalonda Terrell? Anybody know that? You got it, Jimmy. Oh, Lord. Anybody know who Shalonda Terrell is? Yeah, come on, Tiffany, just move into a squatted courthouse. I know, right? K-Mac, that's his spouse. Okay. That is his spouse that he's still legally married to. That's something else. Be mad as hell. Man, I've been going to court so fast. I'm like, Yana, can you please take me off this thing? Because he got a whole girlfriend. Just because we legally married, I don't even want to be bothered with this. His girlfriend's the mayor making over $347,000 a year. In case you didn't see the news. Get out of here. Get me off this lawsuit. Oh my God. So case number 2024-601-0917. Amount requesting by the plaintiff is $25,742.01 plus all rent, fees, costs, and expenses to date of judgment. Verified eviction complaint. He just gets evicted wherever he goes. Good Lord. Now comes plaintiff Glenwood Properties LLC, buying through his counsel, Gato and Finston, for his complaint against defendants, Siggy and all them. I'm not going to rename the defendants over again, but you guys can see that. Count 1, eviction. Plaintiff is the lawful owner of certain real estate located at 301 through 317 East Glenwood Lansing Road, Glenwood, Illinois. The premises, so commercial property. On or about August 23, 2019, plaintiff entered into a written commercial lease with the defendants for the premises. A copy of the lease is attached here to made part of Exhibit A. Defendants defaulted on the lease by failing to timely pay rent due on August 1 of 24. He was not paying rent at the commercial property nor at Janetta Hull's house. Y'all, we can't make this up. I I did not know this. He owed rent for the rental home and the commercial property at the same time, y'all. This lawsuit was filed October 18th. The one Janetta Holt filed was filed December 2nd of 2024. But he owed rent for the same months. So August 2024 hit, and he just said, F it all, I'm not paying rent to nobody. What? When she was making $347,000 a year. This got to be a joke. Oh my God. Oh Lord. He been evicted out of everywhere. Everybody evicting his ass. So he defaulted on the lease because he didn't pay rent. On September 11, 24, plaintiff caused to be served on defendant's landlord's 5-day notice, copies of which, along with affidavits of service, are attached. And this is Exhibit B in this document. Defendants did not pay the sum set forth in the 5-day notice within the time specified, and as a consequence, defendant's lease of the premises was terminated. And they didn't play around with it. They said, "No, we terminated this lease. Get the hell on." Oh my God. In addition, the term of the lease ended on August 31, 24. Yet defendants remain in possession of the premises without the express written consent of the landlord. Because I guess he thought he just owned the world. By reason of the foregoing, plaintiff is entitled to immediate possession of the premises. Defendants unlawfully withhold possession of the premises. Good grief. Just get the hell out, Siggy. Get out. You're not paying rent. Get the hell out. I don't even know if this is still going on in court. Has this been resolved? I'm about to follow up on this and see if this is resolved. Y'all, if y'all see a whole strip mall of stuff sitting out on the side of the road and it's got Rock Island on it, that's Siggy being evicted. Make sure you record it and take pictures and send it to me. Jesus Christ. Defendants have occupied the premises continuously since August 1, 24 and have failed to pay the rent, CAM, utilities, late fees, and other charges due and owing under the lease. And there is now due and owing from the defendants to plaintiff the sum of $25,742.01 through August 31, 24. A true and correct copy of plaintiff's ledger is attached, made available as labeled Exhibit C. So they got some exhibits on here as well. Yay. Wherefore, plaintiff Glenwood Properties LLC respectfully request that this court enter judgment in its favor and against defendants, Siggy individually and doing business as, and then they named all of the defendants again, joint and severally and unknown occupants for possession of the premises, and for a money judgment against the named defendants in the amount of $25,742.01. I just find that funny. Together with reasonable attorney's fees, interest, and cost of suit, and all rent, fees, costs, and expenses incurred through the date of the judgment, same as the one from Janetta Holt. So if it takes 6 months to get this resolved, we want rent for each month plus all the fees and everything else up until June of 2025. So I don't know if this is still open and pending in the court, but if it is, he still owes all this money up until this day. That's epic. He ain't got no job either. Wait, what did he tell Alicia Nicole? He said he makes 7 figures. Didn't he say that? Yeah, okay. Thanks for saying that in a video, dumbass. You make 7 figures. You can't go to court talking about I'm broke. Hopefully Glenwood Properties LLC sees my video and say, "Oh, Lady Luck Club said you recorded, you got caught on camera saying that you make 7 figures." He said it on the news when he was sitting there trying to allegedly snap off at Regina Waldrop, who wasn't studying his ass. I don't have to do this. I can make more money than this. I do this job to protect her. Oh, okay, cool. So you can make more money. Got it. This is what happens when you run your mouth, Siggy. it gets used against you in court. You're not that smart. Oh my good Lord, y'all. So he already said he can make 7 figures. Great. The judge would need to know that. And they're going to ask you where you getting that 7 figures from. Not a common sense God gave a billy goat. Okay. So they want, of course, attorney's fees, interest, cost, suit, yada, 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 through the date of judgment and such other and further relief as the court deems appropriate. Count 2, breach of contract because he didn't pay the rent. So they reallege all the paragraphs between 1 through 9. And then, of course, in paragraph 11, plaintiff has duly performed all of his duties and responsibilities pursuant to the lease, despite repeated and numerous demands upon defendants for payment of sums due and owing to the plaintiff pursuant to the terms of the lease. Defendant failed to pay rent, CAM, utilities, late fees, and other charges. The lease provides the plaintiff is entitled to recover its expenses and costs incurred, including reasonable attorney's fees to enforce the lease. There is now due from defendants to plaintiff, after allowing defendants all just credits, deductions, and set-offs, the sum of $25,742.01. What for plaintiff is requesting that you see this kind of lingo repeated throughout each count. What they do, just name how much they want and reasonable attorney's fees that the court deems appropriate. Count 3, guarantee. So they reallege 1 through 14, paragraph 16, contemporaneously with the execution of the lease, defendants Kamal Woods, Shalonda Terrell executed a guarantee, a copy of which is attached to the lease. This guarantee personally obligates defendants to pay all amounts owed under the lease with plaintiff. Defendants have not paid any or all of the amounts currently due and owing to plaintiff under the lease. So they are asking again for the same judgment for each count. And then, of course, this is filed through, y'all, these names of these attorneys in Illinois is something else. How do you say this name? Scheuerlein. We're just going to say Paul, okay? Paul H.S. and Gato and Fitzen and, God. I'm not even going to try. Absolute triple net retail lease. Ooh, child. They essentially, these are the exhibits. They signed some stuff they just couldn't keep up with and afford. And that's it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, they owed him a lot of money. Why he just kind of stopped paying bills all at the same time? That's what it looked like to me. And now he's catching it all at the same time. I mean, this is what happens when you don't pay it. And this is a commercial property. So, there's some things that are not going to be apples to apples when you're talking about residential versus commercial leases. And then, of course, you have to have some sort of the insurance is going to be different. The guarantee is going to be different. This isn't like just renting a 2-bedroom apartment here. He had whole businesses going. What happened with his businesses? The clothing and the shoes and all that? The judges are horrible in Illinois. Yeah, they seem to be. That one judge did not, follow through with that charge of direct criminal contempt of court. That was disappointing. The IRS wants to know too. Yep. That's what happens when he sit here and talk about, I can make 7 figures. Oh, okay, cool. So you can pay back whatever you owe the IRS. The FBI is going to take that. The IRS is going to take whatever they need to take. All these judgments coming your way. Yeah. They want to know all that. Yeah, good. Thank you for saying that. Cam. Camera? Tip. Let's see. The first time she went over that, she had cameras, and if she came back, she'd be arrested. Wait, what? Super Stupid can't have her criminally trespassed from her own property. Oh, Lord. When she's not signing the lease as a tenant, no. You don't live there. You don't get to just, you're not the property owner. You don't get to criminally trespass the property owner from their own property because you don't want to pay rent. That's not how that works, Super Stupid. No, ma'am. What the hell is wrong with her? Who's telling her to do these things? Oh, Lord. Hey, Skeeter. How you doing? You and Mark. I hope y'all are well. Y'all, I'm not going to be too much longer. I just wanted to go over these two things because of the whole, there's a lawsuit of property damage floating out there somewhere. They have a history of having evictions filed against them, not paying rent, changing locks, changing the garage key code. And then the audacity. If that's the case, Janetta believed it, was scared. I wish Janetta would have emailed me. No, ma'am. That's not something she has the right authority to say or do. And if any police officer tries to criminally trespass you from your property, you include that stupid ass cop, because Dalton police officers the department needs to be overhauled. All of Dalton Police Department needs to be overhauled. They need a whole new police department. I don't trust none of them, to be honest with you. They got a new police chief, great. Hire your whole new police staff, all of them. Good grief. I don't understand. He owed rent for the house, and then he owed rent for the commercial properties. Oh, good Lord. Yes, they have a history of not paying anything based on leases. They get evicted a lot, apparently. She gets sued a lot. She bragged on that. They get evicted a lot, and apparently they're proud of it. They don't even care. Good grief. Y'all, this is something else. So they would have had to pay a lot of money to Glenwood Properties. And he had these shops, shoe store, clothing stores, a boutique, with his real wife he's still legally married to. And her name is on this stuff. Lord have mercy. I'd be so pissed. Because what if she was paying her part and he didn't pay his? Then how you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure once he decided to go out and sit here and gloat around being the married boyfriend of the dumbest male in America, his married legal wife decided, you know what? You can kiss my ass. I ain't paying for nothing. Who would? I'm sure Shalonda Terrell was like, nope, not paying it. I'm not fooling with it. She makes all that money. Y'all pay that stuff. She would still be legally responsible based on how they decided to split it, but both their names are on it. And if he's not paying it, then now you're talking about everybody going to court. But the fact that they go into court over the rental property that he lived in, I don't know if he still lives there, that he resided in, and he decided not to pay that rent, now you're setting up a pattern of behavior. So for another lawsuit to be out regarding allegations of property damage, I'm not shocked. I'm gonna be honest. I almost kind of like, I'm surprised this has not come out sooner. I'm sure he did some nonsense when he put a hole in the wall somewhere in the house. Or whatever property is for. It could be one of these properties. I'm sure he destroyed this property too. And you're talking about what? A boutique, a clothing shop, a shoe shop. I don't know if it based on the address, it wasn't like one place. It was, 301 through 317 East Glenwood. So it at least had to be 2 or 3 different stores. This is crazy. Saint, are you still here? Saint. Oh man. I'm sure she was. I mean, you can't have somebody criminally trespass. It's their property. She's so that's what she tells us. Yeah. Yeah, and the judge is like, yeah, okay, keep on, super dummy. You finna pay this super more back pay of super rent and you owe to everybody. Nita said, do they pay for that white BMW? You know what? I'm just say this. It's my opinion that tax dollars pay for that. I highly doubt she bought that out of her pocket. That allotment, that allowance she got, the car allowance that she got from Thornton Township, that's what I think that money went towards. Y'all remember the reporting that came out? They had $600 of travel allowances. She got a $1,100 monthly, vehicle allowance. So that $1,100 vehicle allowance, I think she used that money to buy him that BMW, because otherwise, they act like they don't want to pay rent. So I highly doubt she went and just bought some out of her pocket, just like with them Tahoes. She used tax dollars to pay for everything. It's crazy. But I think the $1,100 vehicle allowance, which needs to be reduced, went towards that BMW. So thank you all for tuning in, man. We almost done. This is something else, but I just wanted to pull this up to show you all, they have a history of just not paying bills. She paid vendors only because, kickbacks. But that BMW, that allowance probably took care of that. $1,100 a month to pay. Of course they got a nice ass car like that. She had $1,100 a month to use for a vehicle allowance. That's a lot of money. Yeah, you're gonna go and get you a BMW. Who knows what the monthly lease payments were on that? But I mean, they at least got up to $1,100. So think about this. She probably did not really pay to live. All the allowances, all the money she was kickbacking, getting in the kickbacks, using, credit cards and debit cards that belong to Thornton Township or the village of Dalton. She probably didn't have to pay a dime out of her own pocket to actually live. So what the hell did she do with her salary? Which is what the trustees need to ask before they vote on having her check garnished to try to get back some of this money that they have had to pay out for expenses that she incurred. All these lawsuits and stuff that is not their fault at all. Yeah, they need to try to recover some of that money back. So best way to do it, take her black ass to court. She love reminding us how she black. So take her black ass to court and get some of this money back and have her check her wages garnished. Whatever she's got in her accounts, y'all to take all that. Because, the FBI is going to take it anyway. FBI and the IRS is going to take this from anyway. Can't take that money to prison, girl. So they ain't going to take it anyway. The money that she's cost the village of Dalton and Thornton Township, I wouldn't let her slide on that. Not when she had all those allowances. She didn't have to use any of them credit cards. With her salary and the allowances she was given, she didn't have to use them credit cards to buy no damn ice. Girl, if you want some nonsense like that, you pay for it. They treat these food giveaways like that's something coming out of her pocket. Airheads keep talking about how it's not a big deal that her name was printed on boxes. It was a very big deal because it's stupid money being wasted for something that no one cares about. Who's saving them boxes for the food drives? Come on. Tell me who saved a box if you live in Dalton or Thornton. Did you save those boxes from them food drives? Because they had her name printed on it? No, you didn't. You know what you did? You told your kids, stomp on that and break it down so we can put it in the trash. That's it. All you wanted was the stuff in the box. No one cared for the box because it had her name on it. Unless you're building a shrine in her name somewhere in your house. Unless you are one of those ones that worship the ground she walks on. No one cared about a damn food box simply because her name was printed on it. So it was a waste of money. Stupid money spent. I don't care who's the supervisor. Stupid money on a box. I've done food drives a couple times at my church. Let me tell you something. We have boxes that we just, used, donated, that we found that came in from some order from Amazon or something. Boxes, brown, white, black, whatever. We didn't sit here and pay for boxes to be made and printed with our pastor's name on it. It's a stupid expense. It's just a dumb thing to do. So all these wasteful spending and expenses she spent for stupid stuff like that, yeah, I would take that. Take her to court and get that money back. Because it would be dumb not to. It would be so stupid not to try to do that. Seriously. I don't care who the supervisor was. It should have not have been done. That's a bad habit. And hopefully you guys will stay on Napoleon and say, hey, bro, we're not paying for you to have your name printed on the box. You gonna do a food drive? To get a food out. Does it matter what's on the box? No. No one cares about that. They care what's in it. That's it. Let's keep living. All that money you finna spend on having a name printed on the box, you can add a couple more items into the box. Look at God. Before you spend that money to have your name printed on a box, Napoleon Harris, think about that money buying more items to put in the box. Amen. Type amen in the chat. You understand that? Amen. Spend that money wisely. Spend it wisely. All right, let's keep going, y'all. So here's the months where they owed a lot of rent. It's each month, $36.50 from September 1 to August 31, 22, $37.90, September 1, 22 to August 31, 23, and then $39.40 from September 1 to August 31, 2024. And y'all know rent goes up every year. All right. Plus additional fees or whatever. This is commercial property we're talking about here. So it's going to go up. Expenses go up. Somebody asked about CAM. It's common area maintenance costs. If y'all see that here, CAM, common area maintenance costs. That's what CAM is. So learn something new every day. I didn't know. I just kind of I was like, God, please let me come across that because I don't know what that is either. But it's common area maintenance costs. So that's to be expected. I mean, paying for the grass to get cut. They got bushes to, have trimmed, all that good stuff. They just paid that as a part of the rent. And then the owner of the property made sure that people came out, cut the grass and all that good stuff. Maybe wash windows. Clean the roofs. So any common area, walkways, the sidewalks, all that good stuff. Yeah, y'all see here repairing, resurfing, re-roofing. There you go. Repairing, re-roofing, resurfing. The CAM, the common area, maintenance costs, taxes, fees, parking, all that good stuff. So that's pretty much that. Listen. Hoo-chow. Amen, amen, amen. Y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. 89 people watching. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. As you all can see, they have a history of getting evictions. They have a history of not paying rent, history of not being responsible, history of not wanting to be held accountable, a history of just being as dumb as it can get. And, for the amount of money that Super Stupid earned in 4 years, I mean, good grief, over $1 million, over 1.5 million. There's no excuse to not pay the rent where you live at least. And then, of course, Siggy is the one going out in videos telling people he can make 7 figures. So glad you said that. Make sure you prepare to explain that to the judge. Go to court. They don't even show up in court hearings. That's the level of responsibility that they don't have. They didn't even show up for the hearings for the eviction with Janetta Hull, with the rental property. He living in that house, but they get served an eviction and didn't even show up for court. So thank God, court, the way it's supposed to go is, if the defendants don't show up, judgment should be granted automatically in favor of the plaintiff. Yeah, we suing you, we trying to get our money back from this rent. You don't show up for court. Oh, well, that's an indication to the court you're not fighting it. So the judgment should have been granted automatically. I understand the frustration with Illinois courts because, judges act like they ain't got a backbone, depending on who it is. But the common man would not have. Yeah, I watched court hearings where people have been evicted and they had kids and they end up being unemployed. They lost their job through no fault of their own. They got laid off and they're begging and crying to the judge, please give me an extra month. I have an interview coming up. I can come up with the money. I'm due to get paid. I'm about to start working. And they have children and the judge still have them evicted in 10 days. That's how jacked up it is. So when I see court hearings like that and then read about court cases like this where Super Stupid and Siggy get away with murder, almost like murk, like they get away with everything. It's irritating. It's very irritating to see that, especially where they have court hearing after court hearing. It's almost like they're given a chance to come to court and still not show up. And everybody knows they're not going to show up. So, and who knew with Siggy and these businesses? He's just a failure. Just failed, Siggy. Good grief. Go sit down and get a real job. Practice doing your resume because you're going to need a real job until the FBI kicks in your door. All right. I hope you all enjoyed that. It was a quick live stream I want to do. We got some laughter in. I'm going to go live tomorrow. I am. And I'm going to go over a lawsuit that I came across filed against Flint, Michigan Mayor Sheldon Neely. something else regarding a fire where 2 little boys lost their life. I'm gonna go over that. There was an appellate opinion filed by one of the judges. So I'm gonna go over that case. The mother of the 2 sons filed the lawsuit against the 2 firefighters that failed to do a thorough check, and then the fire chief, John Barton, filed a lawsuit against the mayor for violating his, First Amendment rights. Tried to get him to change the report and lie on it because he was up for re-election. And then people in Flint, Michigan re-elected Sheldon Neely. Why did y'all do that? Why did y'all do that? This is one of the reasons why I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. This is one of the reasons why I'm not going full blown on trying to cover what's going on in Flint. They re-elected this stupid mayor. Why? Even with that, court documents is something you can Google. I'm telling you right now. There was no reason to re-elect him. Y'all re-elected him. It's so frustrating. It's almost like a repeat of what's going on in Flint. It's like a repeat almost, except involving water with the village of Dalton with Super Stupid. And that was irritating. People still trying to defend her. But Flint, they re-elected him. And it's just, it's like, why, Lord? So no, I'm not going to dive deep into Flint. I'm not. There are a lot of people covering it. And I trust that they cover it. I want to cover this corrupt judge here in Georgia, Shamila Williams, that I've already started covering. I got a playlist started for her. And if you guys, I encourage you all, if you want to just get your eyes and brain on something else, read about Judge Shamila Williams. She's facing 15 charges with the JQC here in Fulton County in Georgia. And she's a family law judge. So the decisions and rulings that she makes affects children and their livelihoods. So I don't know. I know from personal experience. She's the worst. She needs to be removed from the bench. So hopefully I can get more people talking about that. Get some more attention brought to that. Letitia James is crowding the news along with P. Diddy and Shannon Sharpe. Oh Lord, it never ends. And then the Pope is from Dalton. Y'all, I am gonna do a video about that. The Pope being from Dalton. I think that's great news. It's like a silver lining in the clouds. Look at that. Oh God, do it. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was not to be lengthy. Just some information. So as this case starts to proceed with the property damage lawsuit from Super Stupid, I mean, now you all understand that this is habitual for them. And tomorrow we will have another live and go over that lawsuit with the Flint Mayor, Sheldon Neely, and the appellate decision. It was an appeal on a motion. So judge gave an opinion on that. We're going to go over that. And I think it's, definitely worth reading. I did skim over it. So I appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much. Hey, Kamala, Super Super gave away food. Issa, that's is laying low because, Super Super looking for it. I hope he found him. So, but either way, thank you, Laura, so much. Thank you to my mods. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the support. Hit the like button. You guys know you want to hit it. Court documents are fun to read. I enjoy it. And you guys make sure you tune in tomorrow. I will try to go live a lot earlier. I promise you. But sorry for the late stream. But you guys continue to take care. Have a good night. Get some rest. And until tomorrow, Lady Luck out. Deuces.